Alright, here we go. This is the first day of looking at the Outlaws of Thunder Junction now that the cards are here on MTGA. And today's deck is going to be Mono Blue Mill with a slight black splash. We'll see how that part goes. This is my Timeless Mill Archive Trap deck. Archive Trap has made it to us here in the little bonus sheet for this new set. If you haven't seen this card before, it is a 5 mana instant that allows you to make the opponent mill 13 cards, but the way that this is played in the formats that allow it is as a outplay for, well, an outplay, it's like a punishment for playing fetch lands and things that cause your, they basically just play this card in a lot of formats where you search your library a lot. So in decks that have the shock land, or not the shock lands, the fetch lands like Flooded Strand and Polluted Delta, well, this is going to be a pretty good card for us as it's essentially free mill 13. And in your mill deck, that's just absolutely insane. Also new from this set, or the bonus sheet rather, is Surgical Extraction, which just pairs pretty decently well with any sort of mill deck. It makes it so that our opponent's cards that, you know, our graveyard synergy can be removed from the deck. Things like Gaia's Blessing can also be dealt with. And just generally, it's going to be a pretty decent card for us. It does allow us to see our opponent's entire deck when we do the search, so we'll have perfect information, at least from a deck construction perspective, on what our opponent's up to. Other than this, it's a lot of the things that you might have seen before. We're not running the artifact mill strategies that run the Mesmeric Orb, but rather we're working with Fraying Sanity, something that doubles the mill that happens, and then Brewvac as well to also double mill. Brewvac is pretty nuts with most of these cards. Archive Trap turns into 26 cards. Maddening Cacophony is either 8 or their entire library. Fraying Sanity is both a doubling. So, okay, if there's a Fraying Sanity and Brewvac on the battlefield together, it goes pretty crazy because, you know, your Maddening Cacophony mills for 8, which ends up being 16 with Brewvac, and then at the end of the turn, Fraying Sanity triggers, you get another 16. Which is, or sorry, that's actually another 32 because of the doubling with Brewvac. So that's pretty good. That is also going to help us with founding the third path. This can allow us to cast Maddening Cacophony, Surgical Extraction, some of our removal spells, Brainstorm, things like that. And then the third chapter allows us to cast some of our other things for free as well. Cool thing with founding the third path is you can use that to recast an Archive Trap since the casting cost will be for free, which is pretty darn cool. Anyway, let's see. The last thing is that Ruin Crab's in this deck. That pairs well with the fetch lands that we're playing in this format. So overall, I think we have a pretty synergistic deck. Hopefully the games are going to be reminiscent of that fact, but if they're tough, well, then they're tough. We'll see. It's a powerful format, and it's getting more powerful with every new release. I think there's nothing else to do than to hop in and see if we can get some Archive Traps and Surgical Extractions cast on our opponents. Should be a good one today. Before we hop in, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps me a bunch. Yeah, videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Maybe a few extra ones here for the new set. We will see how much I can record. We'll see you in round 1. Alright, round 1. We have double Archive Trap. Do we think it's worth to mill for 26 at some point in the game, possibly doubling this with Fraying Sanity? I mean, that is 52 cards. We can just try this Brainstorm and see if it works. Hidden Volcano, okay. Well, gotta just hope my opponent will search their library. Unfortunately, Discover is not going to be that thing for us. We'll just Surveil here. Don't need another land. We'll see what goes off. They have a lot of cards. I'm hoping that they do plan to search their library here at some point. We will resolve. And we just love to see a fetch land from them. That'd be the best. I'm going to save this Polluted Delta in case I need to shuffle away the Archive Traps if they're not useful. We'll pass. Brainstorm. Probably just going to put both Archive Traps on top. And yeah, I gotta start putting some serious thought here into whether or not we actually want to shuffle them away. So far, not yet. Another Fraying Sanity is fine. We'll put 2 lands on the top, and we're gonna be happy to draw at least the Flooded Strand. I think we shuffle away this extra land here. Grab a Surveil land on top. Oh no, I won't. I have to get a Could get a shock land. I think I'll just get a blue mana source. Now we have Fraying Sanity here. Enchant them, and we can just get another Fraying Sanity after the fact. And I think I'm going to try to just double Archive Trap them at some point. Whenever they decide to search, it is probably game over. Now if they don't do that, then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna win this game. Big score. It is what it is. I guess I could Surgical here and just see what they've got going on. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. We will pay the Phyrexian here. Let's get rid of... Abrade doesn't really matter. I guess Abrade is worse. We'll take the Abrade and any other follow-ups that they might have. Will this resolve? Okay, so it will resolve. This is Channeled Force. They have red-blue removal. Okay, opponent library. We have 3 Abrades. There are so many cards in here. Experimental Overload. Okay, this might be like some Crom thing. Lots of cards. Did I remember what was in there? Honestly, could not tell you. So we go 1, 2, 3. Opponent graveyard. Choose the 4th. We will be good. Alright, so actually forget if I saw any fetch lands in there. That's probably the one thing that I should have been paying attention to, and I did not. So we will choose them. His Mind Swipe does not work here. Perfect. And yeah, let's see what goes off here. 1 search and they're dead. That's not quite it. Polluted Delta. That is fine. I suppose I could just Archive Trap twice now, which is perfect. We will get an untapped land here. Move it to their turn. We want to stop at the end of their second main. And this 13 becomes 13 plus 26, which is 39. That actually isn't enough, because 173 is a lot of cards. Okay. Well, let's see if it's possible to get this far down. I'm trying to think if I want to save Archive Trap for later. Like, I can just wait till I find a Brewback. Like, we're not dead yet. Okay, Sprite Dragon, you got it. So we'll just need to predict, like, the turn before we're going to die to actually start casting these Archive Traps. Okay, sure. They go to 3-3. It is quite a bit of damage. So we take 5 now, go to 10. Then we take another 7. That 7 could become 10 here. What do I feel about Archive Trap? I guess I will do it. We'll target them. Might as well get some use out of this mana. There really isn't that many cards, but we'll move to their end step. And Fraying Sanity. They do have some things to work with here. We're down to 112 left in deck. Flooded Strand here. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a big real. So we'll mill that away, and then I suppose we're just gonna Archive Trap them one more time and die really hard. This is just kind of funny. I don't think we ever could have milled 111 cards, especially with that land that we were drawing on the following turn if we hadn't found a Surveil land. Alright, so then we gotta make sure we do it before their end step. Well, actually, it's just before combat even happens. Flashback. Let's just, crack this off now. We can see if they want to put more cards into the graveyard. That's just kind of like funny to do at this point. Well, if they were playing a 60-card deck, we probably would have won, which is cool. Mystic Retrieval, you got it. They're moving in with a 28-3. It does not really matter here. Alright, that was kind of a silly round 1, but we'll hop into round 2 and lock in here. Hopefully looking for a good mill combo here. Now, we did get things to kind of work. Unfortunately, no searching on that deck. Didn't really seem like a competitive Timeless deck, more of a pile here, but you know, sometimes you just want to play those red-blue spells. Got to get those daily quests done. Anyway, here comes round 2. Okay, here we go. This is round 2. We have a Fraying Sanity, Archive Trap, Maddening Cacophony. I think this is fine. Not so many payoffs, but this Brainstorm hopefully helps us hide something that we don't want. I think I'll start with the Brainstorm. So out of all these cards, what don't I want? I can also just keep some of these. So we will redraw probably all of them, I'd say. So just put the 2 Maddening Cacophonies on top. Sounds good. We'll use the Watery Grave next turn to cast them, and then turn 3 go for a Brewback. Ooh, it's a mill mirror match. Alright, let's go. Well, I'm going to start here with a Maddening Cacophony on them. That is the best that I can do personally. This is going to be the Artifact Mill strategy. I've actually just recorded this the day before the day before Archive Trap was able to be played on Arena. So I am a little bit behind on that regard, but I think for right now we go Flooded Strand. We're going to waste 6 cards here with the Ruin Crab to attempt to get a Brewback out. They might have a counterspell here. That is unfortunate. That will be Archive Trap. Okay, it is what it is. We do have Archive Trap ourselves. They can Brainstorm, and if they decide to fetch with this Flooded Strand, my Archive Trap ends up being even better. So unless this is Spell Pierce, we kind of go ham here. We mill 3. And does Brewback resolve? Yes, he does. Here's Archive Trap. Let's go. Target you. Mill 13. That turns out to be 26. You have 15 cards left in deck. I've got 30. They are now in a troublesome spot. I'm going to go Ruin Crab, Polluted Delta, Fraying Sanity. Oh, we would have drawn another Archive Trap. Dang. We're down to 14 cards ourselves, but I think we have it. Ruin Crab. Oh yeah, no, we easily have it here. Polluted Delta, trigger. Polluted Delta, target them. Get an untapped land. Boom. Target them. Fraying Sanity, they need Pact of Negation. And yeah, we can move to end step. They mill the rest of their cards, and we win in their upkeep. Alright, cool. So we took the mirror match against the version of this deck that's playing artifacts. Pretty solid. We even got to see a mirror match in terms of the Archive Traps as well, which is cool. We did get to dodge Spell Pierce, Stifle, and a lot of other things, and we really just went right for the end gate there. Pretty solid round 2. Here comes round 3. Alright, here we go. This is round 3. That is Archive Trap, Surgical. I don't know about this one. I mean, it is 26 cards. That's half a library. And it is a start Ruin Crab into Flooded Strand. Yeah, I don't think so. Not totally sold on that one. This one's debatably a little worse. I think I still keep it, though. We're going to go Brewback into Jace. That does represent 30 cards. But Fraying Sanity is a little bit more simple and consistent. We'll try Brewback this time, since that's not how we had the last turn go. We're going to find a shock land, pay 2 life, go Ruin Crab, pass it on. So let's see what opponents got for us here. Always fun on day 1 to be looking for the new brews. So far I think we've seen some pretty interesting decks. Won the mirror match, one was saw counters. I saw a couple other interesting decks as well. All will be coming to a FullControlMTG near you very soon. Opponent has searched here. Unfortunately, we do not have our punish for that, but it's good to know that they play Bloodstained Liars. They could unsummon the crab. They could shock the crab. Okay, they'll bolt the crab. That's honestly just as bad. Here's a Polluted Delta. We'll Surveil here. Hopefully don't have to deal with any stifles. Shock. Magda. Okay, Magda's new. When you commit a crime, create a treasure once each turn. Oh, this is the one that just makes a bunch of dragons. Got it. Let's Surveil. So I'm expecting a lot of removal in this deck. Maddening Cacophony. will be pretty nice, I think, just to have in hand. If I can get enough lands to mill them for half their library, that'd be great with a Brewback on the battlefield. I'm a little worried that Brewback's not going to stick around for very long. They're just under 60 cards, so they do play like 66. I don't know what it is with people just playing like 60 to 70 cards in these decks. I mean, this is the third matchup that I've seen that was over the minimum deck size. Alright, so we go land, we go Brewback, and hopefully Brewback just sticks around. There are removal spells for him in this format, and I'm hoping they don't have one. A lot of ways that he dies, though. Well, they're going to combat. Oh, they actually just pass on through. That's perfect. So I think I'd go Jace. No, I think I'd go Maddening Cacophony. Maddening Cacophony, hold up Brainstorm. I want to cast Jace for more than just 3. Oh, okay, so they'll just counter the spell here. I will go for the Brainstorm in response then. We're probably looking to shuffle away Bone Shards. Oh, is this a second counterspell? Possibly Memory Lapse? No, it's a Brainstorm of their own. Okay, sure. Alright, our Brainstorm finds some tough situation. We'll go like that. Doesn't really matter the order. Play land, go Fatal Push on Magda. And that is a Brewback attack for 1. They're only at 12 life, so we're further along in the killing them plan than the milling them plan. Another shock here. This is probably Death's Shadow. Just a Thoughtseize on my Jace. Dumb. That's a bummer. And there is the Death Shadow that I was expecting, and so now we're in a little bit of a pickle with this Bone Shards. I might need to just hold this and then take the next Jace. They're going to get a good attack in here. Seven cards to 7 cards in graveyard. So the Jace minus isn't particularly good. This Jace may need to just keep me alive. Inquisition takes Bone Shards. Darn. Alright, well, we'll take our damage here. We'll see if they want to intentionally go lower here with this Polluted Delta. They can Polluted Delta into a shock. Oh, double strike, and then they go for it. Oh, they actually could have Polluted Delta'd into a Shockland to kill here. So I just survived. So we go to 1 next turn anyway. Cast this for full. And I have the... So, okay, what happens if they Polluted Delta... Oh! They didn't think they had it. That's kind of wild. I was probably going to end up just minus Jacing and using him for card advantage. Apparently opponent thinks that that was enough to win the game. I'll take it. Round 3, but not a very convincing one. Here comes round 4. Let's try to get a good kill. Here is round 4. Let's go. We have Archive Trap, we have Brewback, we have Maddening Cacophony. I like it. Best thing we could find is a very early Crab Friend. But if we don't find that, it's okay. We still get to start going ham on turn 3. Soul Warden. This doesn't seem like a deck that's going to be very nice to me in terms of the Archive Trap strategy, but we will see. I could have surveilled here. I guess we'll Fatal Push. That seems like a good one as any to get rid of now. I'm sure that their 2-drop will make me regret saying that, but here we go. Alright, it's just another Soul Warden. Could be worse. Here's Fraying Sanity. Let's go. I like this. Start with Fraying Sanity, target them. Then we'll just go for Brewvac. And yeah, they've given us enough time to set up, so we should be good. I'm worried about Sword Splashers on Brewvac once I play him. Don't think it's worth delaying a turn, though. There's the Voice of the Blessed. I'm always never happy to see that. That means that we probably need to just go ahead with our game plan. Alright, cool. Nothing to do here. We can delay the Flooded Strand activation. Here is Brewvac. Next turn, I'm hoping that it's a good one. If they search, they die now. Yeah, if they search before their end step, we're in a very good situation. Otherwise, we have to just work off the Maddening Cacophony. I mean, we obviously take the beats here. Is how it is. Maddening Cacophony number 1 and then number 2, sure. Now, if I can surveil into another land, like I just did, then we have Maddening Cacophony 1 this turn. And then we have Maddening Cacophony number 2 next turn. So that was 16. They're going to mill 32? Is that right? They mill 32 on the end step? Yeah, so I can just Maddening Cacophony again then. Yeah, so we are good. No attacks, don't bother. At the end step, we mill them for the rest, and we don't even need to think about that next turn. They are milled. Cool. Another mill in the books. That makes 2, I believe. Two very strong ones, that is. 5th and final round coming up next. Stick around. Alright, opponent's got 7, and so will we. This is a pretty solid hand with double Brainstorm, double Fetch Land, and a Ruin Crab. Let's go. Hopefully no Thoughtseize right off the rip. Alright, there's our Ruin Crab. Turn 2, we get to Founding the Third Path. Potentially that may be a good thing for us, depending on what we hit with our mill here. Frilled Mystic, I think I'm... Oh, no, that's not Frilled Mystic, that's Zagana. Is this the Explore deck? No, I don't think it is. Let's Shock here, and then see if we can find something to Surgical Extract. A little wary of going so deep on life, but it is what it is. I think we maybe just Brainstorm here instead. Yeah, I guess Vidalian Hexcatcher could be a good one. What am I thinking here? I think I'd go Founding the Third Path, cast Brainstorm. Choose the Brainstorm. I think a Ruin Crab is great on top, or a Ruin Crab is great to draw, which, yeah, so it actually doesn't matter. And then we'll decide on the Surgical. And then let's Surgical first, taking the Vidalian Hexcatcher. I want to make sure that they don't have access for this, so they have just a moderate next turn. Merfolk Trickster, Jade Bearer, alright, fine. Only one other Vidalian Hexcatcher here, okay. And then River's Rebuke is notable. Yeah, this is just more or less a Merfolk deck, alright. Entrancing Melody, good thing to know about. And yeah, no other surprises so far. They do not have the ability to search their library, so we don't want Archive Traps more than maybe like 1 in our hand. Don't need to attack. I think I just jam a Jace here. Oh, but if I jam a Jace, I can't profit off of these double Ruin Crabs. So I think we'll go Undercity Sewers here, play the second Brainstorm. And I think Fatal Push is a great card for us to have on top. We'll pass. And then next turn, I guess it's just Fraying Sanity, or not Fraying Sanity, Maddening Cacophony again. That's fine. Let's Brainstorm. Putting 2 on top. Oh, I mean, the third Ruin Crab is just great. Let's do this, redraw the Fatal Push, and then we'll shuffle the land. Move to my turn. Draw. We're going to think about Surgicaling something. So we know the Jade thing is in their hand. Unfortunately, I don't see anything that we can strip from their hand through this. Merfolk Mistbinder could be a thing. I think that I'm happier just doing like Maddening Cacophony. So we'll do that. Auto pay, we want to maintain our blue mana source for the Ruin Crab. We play next Ruin Crab. Then we go Flooded Strand waiting for something to happen. That's another 9, and then another 9 after that. We'll be pretty solid here. Once again, this is just a deck that's randomly playing more than 60 cards. I think this might just be some sort of matchmaking thing. Beware if you're looking to rank up off of the mill deck. The world may be against you. Curious to see if your guys' experience matches up with mine, so let me know. So they get their 2 1/1s. You got it. And I will fetch here, getting a Surveil land, and then we just go Jace probably. Let's look for something nasty to do to them. Getting pretty close there. They've got 40 left. And yeah, Brewback is exactly the type of thing that we want. So we go for Brewback first. We just pass here, Fatal Push something if it comes down, and then the next thing is Jace. Jace mills for 30. That'll be just about lethal. A land will probably get us close to doing it. Yeah, a land does it for us with Brewback and Jace. Okay. They have not set up their can't be blocked situation yet, but they are going pretty wide. If I weren't so confident about the next couple of steps here, I would be pretty scared. There's Archive Trap. We don't have enough mana for that, so we'll go Jace for full mana. So if I mill for 30 here. Okay, well, I guess they were really worried about getting milled for 30. They didn't feel the need to stick around. If I flooded here, or if I land screwed here, that could have been bad, but I guess we'll take it anyway. Yeah, so I mean, final thoughts after this deck. Mill is still pretty scary, and I don't think people still like to play it very much. I know that I sure don't, but you know, here and there I will give the deck a try. It's extremely linear. I feel like some of the other decks that allow for more nuanced gameplay are a bit more interesting, a bit more stimulating, but it's always good to know what exists in the format. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, all that sort of YouTube stuff. And I think that's all for me, so I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to keep on the lookout for more Outlaws of Thunder Junction content coming from the channel. I'll see you in the next one.